Seemed like those 2 days in New York were 2 days of good basketball, productive basketball.
It was a productive trip for us. We played well. We're not close to where we need to be, but we played well. And we got 2 quality wins that my hope is that when you look at it big picture, when you reflect back in March, those will be wins that can help us.
Jarvis talked about wanting to be better on offense as a team. What's missing there? Where would you like to see you guys get better?
I think we need to be a little more efficient. You know, it comes down to the thing that I was the most proud of on the trip. I thought our approach was outstanding. I think approach is everything. And I thought our approach going into Georgia Tech, we were aggressive. It's really our first test. You know, we went to Coastal, but we felt like if we played well, we had a chance to win. We're now going into really with a new team and a new venue and against an ACC opponent, we didn't really know what we had. And a lot of times when you're in that situation, you come out tentative, hesitant, trying to figure out ebb and flow. We were in attack mode from jump, so for that I was really proud. Then we come back against Penn State, and we're outstanding early. I think we started the game 11 for 14 from the field, 6 for 7 from 3, something ridiculous. Then they came roaring back and put us on our heels, and our guys never flinched. They battled, and we scrapped a win against a Big Ten opponent. So for that, I think we grew up, showed what we were capable of doing if we took the right approach. Back to Jarvis's point, offensively, we'd struggled a little bit with continuity. I didn't think that was the case so much in New York, and I think actually the 2 games prior to us going on the trip, we found a little bit better rhythm.
How hard will it be to remain aggressive in a true road game Thursday as opposed to the neutral site?
That's the next challenge for us. It's difficult to do because on the road you tend to be a little more tentative. My hope is that with Jarvis playing the way he is, you've got a 5th-year senior in Marshall, you've got guys in Snoop, and now with the confidence that Bear has accrued over the first 6 games, AJ's been in that environment before. That's where we're going to be dependent upon our upperclassmen to lead us.
How much did you like that lineup when you had Marshall and Jarvis kind of on the wings and Derek at the point?
I like it offensively. Defensively, it's hard. We just don't have any size. You know, when you've got Derek, you know, all of I think we list him 5'10" this week. I don't think he's grown any. It's a judicious listing. But with him on the ball, and you got Marshall, who's 6'2" and plays about 5'4", and then you got Jarvis at 6'3", and still waiting for his first dunk, I think, in college. You know, it tends to be a little challenging defensively, and especially when you play a team from the Big 12 like K-State, who's got big athletic wings. We faced that some in Georgia Tech. Now, it helped us. That's the reason we're trapping a little bit more with that lineup. We'll do some different things defensively just so that people can't try to isolate us and take advantage of our lack of size when we have that lineup in. But offensively, it's our best group. It's very difficult on the other end for our opponent because of Derek's speed with the ball, the way Jarvis has been in attack mode, and then obviously, you know, Marshall stretches you to the locker room.
Is it fair to say part of the reasoning behind keeping, you know, Marshall's minutes restricted is you wanted Jarvis and Derek to be more assertive offensively, knowing you needed them down the stretch, especially in those 2 early SEC games, and how have they responded?
Well, they've been tremendous. You know, Jarvis, the plan has worked to perfection because in Marshall's absence in game 1, we put Jarvis in that role, and he exploded. And now he's got a different way that he's approaching the games, and I think it's been good. Derek's always been offensive minded. You know, I think he's making better decisions. He's making better decisions now in year 2, but he's still a work in progress as it relates to when to shoot, when to pass, when to go, when to stop. We want him going full throttle and then back him down. I think he's been really good in that. Now it's just a matter of getting a few more games under his belt so he's got better decision making at the end of the games. But with Marshall, you know, one of our strengths in this team is our depth. You know, we're playing 10 guys on the regular. It's hard to do. It's hard to maintain that. And will that bench shorten a little bit? Maybe, but maybe not. And with that, I think it can give us some different looks, some different options, and gives us some versatility that we didn't have last year.
You said your team grew up this weekend. What have you learned over these past 6 games about your team?
Most especially in New York, I liked our fight. I liked our grit. I liked the look in their eye in the huddle, whether we were up 20 in the second half against Georgia Tech or down 6 late against Penn State after having been up early. I like the look. I like the approach. I like the fact that even though we're dependent on guys who really hadn't been in that situation before in the roles that they currently have, attacking the game, playing confident, listening, and making the plays that we needed to make.